it's me, Trucks with Art. We're doing some night driving. Man, it's 2 a.m. where I'm at. Where I'm at, Alabama, Birmingham, pulling out of it. Tuscaloosa, 2 a.m. What y'all doing? What am I doing? I just woke up. All right, so have you ever had a load where you had to, check it out, forget all that. My 70 ran out. All right, my 70-hour clock ran out here in the United States. And I know in other places you guys get an 80-hour clock, and you get I get a 14-hour on duty, and you guys, I believe, get a 20-hour on duty, and we get 11 hours driving, and you guys get 15 hours driving, you know, in other countries. So here in the 48 states down here, I know it's 50 states of the United States, but we call it 48 because we can't get to Hawaii, can't drive to Hawaii, and you got to go through Canada to get to Alaska. So they pretty much, you know, there are companies that do haul. There's companies that haul freight all the way from South America all the way into Alaska. There's companies that do it. As I'm researching, it's amazing. I'm like, wow. You talk about a drive, buddy. I mean, you're gonna see, you know, it's gonna go from miles. It's gonna go from miles to kilometers real quick. You know what I mean? Yeah, that would be. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even know what to. You know what I mean? If I, man, that'd kind of be awesome to do. You know, imagine driving a truck all the way from Mexico all the way to Alaska. That'd be amazing. I think at one point in some points of Alaska, you got to take a ferry, you know, to get your truck to some points of Alaska. I think, you know, during certain times of the year, and of course, the famous ice road trucking is there. So anyway, we're out here. It's 2:30. Yeah, 2:40. I've been driving almost 45 minutes, almost an hour. And, you know, so my 70 ran out. I only had 5 hours to drive yesterday. Which was cool. I was able to, you know, drive my 5 hours, shut it down. I parked at a Planet Fitness parking lot. I was gonna go work out. Something told me, you know what, hey, stay in the truck. I jumped out to let the dogs out, and just to take a walk, because that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, of course, if you're stuck in the truck for 5 hours at a time, you're gonna stop. You're gonna jump out, and you gotta take a leak. You know what I mean? So we stop. I let the dogs out. And then I jump out and I'm like, wow, you know, I'm a little sore. You know what I mean? My body's kind of, you know, it's still adjusting. You know, it's going to be adjusting for a while. But so I tell myself, I go, you know what? We got a 5-hour day. Go inside, you know, do some homework. So that's what I did and relax, you know. So I hopped back in the truck. You know, I did my homework. By the way, I'm taking health and wellness, lifestyle choices. at Riverside Community College in California, and I'm doing online courses out here over the road. So to bring you up to speed on that, that's what's going on. So so I'm like just about done with my homework, and then this guy, so I get a loud knock on the side of my door, like you know, like real, just like, man, like hurry up type of deal. Like I'm in the way, you know what I mean? For truckers out there, we already know, you know, the knock. You know, if it's hard, loud, fast, most likely that's a security guard coming out there saying, you know, trying to tell us, wake up, you gotta move, right? Or if it's just like a little tap, you know, tap, 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 it might just be a fellow truck driver, you know, needing information about the road, or, you know, just like a really, you know, just a real subtle something, just, you know, question or something like that. No, this was more of a holy crap knock, right? So I'm like, dang, man, who the heck is that? The dogs didn't even bark, dude, like, because I'm trying to train them out of that, like, stop barking at people. And, you know, when you hear noises, you don't need to, that's good, like, you know, to alert your owner, you know, of something, but I mean, for the most part, I don't really, I'm going off track with that. I don't really want barking dogs, you know, like, you know, the little Chihuahua dogs, hey, I mean, they're cute, you know what I mean? So they're gonna bark regardless, you know. But when you get bigger dogs and stuff like that, I mean, they really shouldn't be there sitting there just barking. I mean, it's too loud, it's too obnoxious, and you know, you've alerted your owner that, you know, there's danger nearby. So I mean, you got to have enough sense, you know what I'm saying, I know you're trying to protect us, but you gotta kind of train your animal to bark, alert, okay, we're alerted, and then, you know, be quiet. But anyway, so the dogs did a good job right there. So I'm like, man, what is that? You know, like, dang, yeah, they did just knock on my door. Sometimes it don't even sound like it's your truck, you know, and you're like, man, was that my truck? Hopefully not, you know. I get up, I move the curtain, he's not there, nobody's there. And then I look in my other side mirror, nobody's there. And then as I'm coming back to look out the passenger window, when I scoot the, you know, the shade curtain back, the privacy curtain, I slide it back, and like, sure enough, he's right there. And I'm like, and then I go to roll down the window, right? I turn the key, I push the, actually the truck's on, okay? Because it's hot down here, so the AC's running. So I hit the window, I roll down the window, and this guy jumps on my truck immediately, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, you know, like, you don't really want to touch somebody's truck or you know, I don't know, the common courtesy, you know, there's jobs, yeah, if we get into it to emergency, we know, jump up there and make sure that man hears what you gotta say, okay? But it's like out of nowhere, right? So he bangs on the truck. I'm like, I can't find him at first out the shade curtains, and then he finally comes running up to the truck. He jumps immediately on. He jumps onto the truck, into, like, basically he dives to the window, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, are you all right, man? Like, everything all right, bro? And he goes, yeah. Did you see a truck? It's not funny. I'm sorry for the guy, but he goes, yeah. Did you see a truck sitting here? I looked over his shoulder, like, you know, because I did when I pulled into the Planet Fitness. I go, all right, cool. I mean, there was more than us as well. There was another bobtail, you know. There was him. Apparently, right. Let me get to the end of the story. So because I'm like, well, I don't know when that guy left, right? Because I know there was a truck parked next to me. So he goes, yeah, I'm thinking, this is what I thought at first. I'm thinking somebody hit him, you know what I mean? Like a diesel hit him, or he hit me, like pulling into the parking lot or something like that, you know. He goes, yeah, did you see a truck sitting here? Did you see a truck parked here? And I scratch my head, right? I turn to like grab my phone and like I turn to the back by my bed, like, cause I'm like, damn, you know, like off top, I'm like, wow, somebody just excuse my language. I'm like, was that a dang or okay? I'm sorry. I'm in my head. I'm cursing a little bit in my head, right? I'm like, somebody just stole this guy's truck, right? I'm like, holy crud, right? And I know it's not funny, dude, but it was just the whole, because he came out of the Planet Fitness, dude. You know, he had a great workout. I mean, awesome workout. And you know, and I'm just like, dang, dude, like, because as I'm thinking this whole thing, right? I'm like, you know what? As he said that, I'm like, wow, you know, like, because, I mean, why would somebody really steal a diesel, right? Like, why would someone steal a diesel? I mean, you're gonna get caught, you know what I mean? Like, it's you're not outrunning the police in this thing, right? And I'm just sitting here like, it probably got towed, right? I'm like, dang, somebody towed his truck. You know, he went straight to someone stole it. And then I'm just like, man, this dude is, you know, that creatine he's taking, you know, has him a little amped up. He's shaking and all this stuff, right? He's leaning in the window. You know, he has the look on his face like I know, like there has to be a slight chance where I parked the truck in the back and I just forgot. All right, so I'm like, man, why would someone steal someone's diesel, dude? You know, and I'm just like, well, what do you want to do, bro? You know, you want me to call the police? And he goes, well, yeah, you know, like, yeah. And so I dial 911, and then the ladies, I'm like, yeah, somebody, you know, it's a lady that answers on the other side of this 911 call, dude. And I go, yeah, there's a guy out here. We think somebody stole his truck. You know, he's in the Planet Fitness working out for 2 hours. 2 hours, dude. But I mean, you know, he could have worked out for an hour or 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, because let's face it, dude, like, you get into that 2 hour range of a workout. I mean, really, like, what? You know, Jesus, you had to have showered. You had to have, you know, hit the massage chair. You know what I mean? You had to have stopped and talked to the little females at the front desk or something, dude. Like 2 hours, dude. Like, get in and get out. You know what I mean? Anyway, I know it seems like I'm against this guy, right? But let me finish the story. I'm not against this guy. You know, I feel bad for him. You know, it's just I feel bad for him. You know, as truckers, man, we come across these things, man. We go through a lot of challenges out here, and then even those challenges, you know, we park places, we get our truck towed. Have I had my truck towed before? Almost. I have not directly had my truck towed before. I don't remember if I did. But man, okay, so where I'm on the, let me finish. I'm sorry I'm ranting. Am I ranting? Well, I'm on like a 15-minute video. I mean, we're here. If you want to stop by this channel, man, I'm doing some night driving. I started around 2 o'clock this morning. This is Trucks with Art. And I'm talking about an incident that happened yesterday. I had 5 hours to drive. I ran out on my 70. That's dealing with the cops and a guy losing his truck. So anyway, let me get back to it. So the lady's saying, okay, well, are you sure that it wasn't towed? You know, did you ask the businesses around you? I go, nah, this guy just came out straight to my truck, you know, and just, you know, went on the assumption somebody stole his truck. I don't know. You know, just straight there, like, you know, it was stolen, you know. Which, I mean, anybody could think that. I mean, a big old diesel with a 53-foot trailer, dude, you walk like Pee Wee Herman on Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. You know, when he changed his bike up outside of the store. I mean, he uses some chains, but, you know, and he's walking out of the store, and then he sees like a chain link on the ground, and you see him stop walking, and then and then you see him, you know, he comes up to another chain link, but a little bigger piece. You know, and then the camera pans on his face, and he's like breathing hard, and you know, he's all hysterical. I mean, we've all had that feeling. That is the Pee Wee Herman effect. All right, but anyway, so I tell him, I go, look, the cop said, go ask the businesses around, you know. They said to go ask the furniture store that we were parked in front of, because it was a Planet Fitness, it was a furniture store, and it was like it was kind of some other businesses with a Wingstop, Pizza Hut, but the other businesses weren't really businesses where like you're really gonna do daily stuff. It wasn't like a plaza like that. It was like a Planet Fitness, a furniture store, an Ace hardware store, but like a knockoff brand Ace. It wasn't like a real nice decor Ace hardware store, you know what I mean? It was just like, just kind of run down in a way, you know, like paint was kind of faded, even on the Planet Fitness, you know, like the plaza was there a minute, you know, and they haven't done any renovations there, but it's still a cool, I don't know, it was weird, you know. I'm thinking I'm gonna pull up to somewhere kind of decent. I mean, it was nice, you know, but I mean, come on, a guy got his truck stolen, man. So what else do they tell him to do? So they go, she goes, hold on, and they put me on hold. No lie, they put me on hold for like 5 or 10 minutes, dude. The cops. They put me on hold 5 or 10 minutes to find out if there was a report of a towed vehicle in that Planet Fitness parking lot, right? So I mean, unbelievable, right? I'm sitting here, I'm just like, the guy's over here, you know, freaking out on the window, and I grab something and put it close to me, because I don't know what this guy's on, you know. I look at my lock on my truck, and I'm like, damn, this dude's like inside my window. All he has to do is like unlock my door, you know. Maybe he's trying to rob me at this point. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, maybe he's trying to rob me at this point. He keeps looking around. He's all, I mean, it's suspicious, dude. Like, he was in pretty good shape though, but it was suspicious after a minute, dude. I'm just like, after the cops put me on hold, you know, I start freaking out, dude. I start freaking out, like maybe I'm the one about to get robbed, man. You know, maybe he's gonna do it good old, you know, just rush and go, you know what I mean? Grab and go type of deal. And I'm freaking out. So the cop finally gets back on the phone and goes, you know, check it out. Bad news. We don't have there is no record of any tows in that area, dude. Like, you know, nobody's towed any vehicles in that parking lot, which, you know, it's so now I tell the guy, hey, yeah, they didn't tow it. So there's, you know, basically they didn't tow it, man. Which means, you know, probably somebody jumped in. And now that I'm thinking about it at this point, so I'm freaking out, thinking this guy is gonna grab me or take my truck. He's freaking out. Oh my God, they didn't tow it, so it's stolen. They're like, he's freaking out, thinking, you know, they're going through his stuff. They got his truck parked somewhere and they're ravaging his stuff. And so the cop says, you know, we're gonna send a unit out just to check the area. Dang, I lost my frame of mind right now, dude. I was about to say something. Dang. So I don't know, dude. I lost my frame of mind right now. It was pretty good what I was gonna say. It's all great. It's all good. Anyway, so oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. All right, I remember, guys. So at this point in the juncture, out of all this chaos that's going down, like over this little conversation, right? I'm exaggerating it a little bit. Something jumps in my head. Dang, the truck was running. The truck was running when I pulled up on it. Like the engine was running, I recall. You know what I mean? When I jumped out with the dogs when we initially, you know, got here to pee, right? Something told me, like, man, I do recall it. I mean, it's hilarious, man. So now I'm thinking, like, dang, somebody did just hop in his truck, man, and probably just boned out, especially if it was on. You know, I mean, there's not much really to do from there. You know what I mean? You're in the gym. You parked far enough to where even at a dead sprint to the truck, you know, as long as I hop in, hit the air brakes, put it in the second, you know what I mean? Maybe even third, dude. and go, you know what I mean? Like, or if it's an automatic, I don't know. I'm at this point, I'm like, wow. So the cops get off the phone with me finally, or him, because at that juncture I handed the phone to him to talk, you know, because I don't know. You gotta. I'm sorry, bud, but you're gonna have to handle this. You know, this is gonna fall on you, bud. Like, I stayed in my truck. Some told me to stay in mine, and I did. And you know, I could have been in the same boat. You know, because you know, 9 times out of 10, they probably towed it, man. Because we did. It looked like a furniture store. It looked like an abandoned furniture store, dude. Like it looked like a furniture store that could be closed. You know what I mean? Like it could be open, but the doors are tinted, so you can't really see in the store, right? And the paint, I told you, on the whole plaza was faded. So to a trucker, I mean, we come across so many buildings that could, like, in these real abandoned places, right? Like these abandoned furniture spots, or abandoned gyms, or abandoned, you know, warehouses that we sleep at as well sometimes. And so the guy wasn't really wrong for parking there. You know, I parked there. I parked right next to him, right? So after he hangs up, you know, I go, you know, if you need anything else, man, you know, I hope you have your phone. He goes, yeah. I hop in my truck. I know the situation's tight. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we're not supposed to park here. So before the cops got out there, I hopped in my truck. I was already in my truck. I hopped in my driver's seat, and I get out of there, man. I drive 4 miles an hour, you know, around the whole plaza on the whole other side of the building. And then I park my truck over there, man, and I fall asleep, and just to avoid the whole rest of the situation, because they probably would have, wanted to know, what they probably were gonna question me, and it's like, dude, your truck's either towed or somebody jumped in and took it. I didn't take it. I was in the back doing homework and trying to rest. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, that's the deal, you know what I mean? I have covers on my back windows, so I'm not even looking out my back windows. To me, if I did hear anything, it was just normal, like, a normal driver was out there working on the truck and left. I don't know. So yeah, it's trucks with art, man. It's a crazy world, man. You never know. Be careful out there. Keep your doors locked, especially if you go inside somewhere. Don't leave your keys in the ignition. I love you guys. God is real. God is real. I'll see you guys later, man. Go to church. Go to church. Go to church. Go to church. I love you guys. Bye. Trucks with art.